Okay, this is lesson 15 of mod 1, our last mod of this. We're still dividing, and we're heading to the standard algorithm, but we're going to still show, basically, with place value, this how to do it. Now, the first time we have to model it, and the first one said 7/10, so I'm going to put 7/10 in here. And it says we're dividing them into 4 columns, 4 rows. So I'm going to go ahead and split this up into 4 rows. Now, first one, we're going to take 7, and I'm going to split it up evenly into 4 rows. So there's 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10. And I know when I take the 4 away, 1, 2, 3, 4, I cannot split up any evenly now. So if I look at the standard algorithm, first thing I'm going to do is put my decimal point where it belongs, and I'm going to put the 0 up top. 4 goes into 7 one time, and that's shown by the 1 we have in each row. Now, in order to, we have to subtract this 4/10 that we've divided out, and we can see that by 1 times 4 gives us 4. Excuse me, we're subtracting here. So when we subtract from that to see what we have left, and we have 3/10 left. Now we need to bring down. Now over here we have 3 of them that have not been used, 3/10. When we move these 3/10 over, we actually end up with 30 hundredths. And when I bring the 0 in here and bring it down, we now have 30 hundredths in our standard algorithm. Now we're going to split this 30 up into our 4 different rows, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So I'm not going to be able to put those equally. So I'm going to split up this last 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I can see I have 7 by 4 is 28. So we actually took 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We have 2 hundredths left over. So let's see, 4 are going to 30 7 times. 7 times 4 is 28. And we had 2 remaining, which that's exactly what it showed. Now we're going to come back over, and now we're going to have 2 hundredths, which we end up with 20 thousandths. And we see that in standard algorithm because we bring down our next 0, and we have 20 thousandths. Now we're going to split up the 20 thousandths into 4 groups, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So we used all 20. And we can tell that because 4 will go into 20 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. And we end up with a 0 remainder. If we look over on our place value, you can see we had 1 in each row. And we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in each row. And we had 5. So our answer by doing it by place value was 175 thousandths, and by the standard algorithm was 175 thousandths. Our next one, we have 8 ones and 1/10, and this one we're going to split up into 5. And we're going to start off with dividing our 8 into the 5 rows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when we take them out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, you can see we have 3 left. Over in standard algorithm, 5 would go into 8, 1 time. Goes in 1 time. 1 times 5 is 5. And we have a remainder of 3, which we do. And we're going to take the 3 ones, we're going to move them over to tenths. And each one of them ones is going to be 10 tenths. And each one of those is worth 10. So now, when we regroup, the first thing I'm going to do is put my decimal in my answer. I'm going to bring down the 1, and now I have 31 tenths. Same thing I'm showing over here. So now we're going to split up 31 tenths. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. So we were able to take care of our 30, but we still have 1 remaining. So over here we know 5 will go into 31 6 times. 6 times 5 was 30. And we have 1 remaining. We're taking the 1/10 and we're going to change it into hundredths, which is going to make it into 10 hundredths. Same thing over here. We're going to put a 0 and we're going to bring it down. That gives us 10 hundredths. Now we're going to divide the 10 hundredths up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 5 goes into 10 2 times. 2 times 5 is 10. And we end up with a 0 remainder. If we look at the standard, not standard algorithm, the place value, we end up with 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D2. The same thing, we ended up with the standard algorithm. Now we're going to do it just with the standard algorithms. So remember, it's 7 tenths divided by 2. So we're going to go ahead and put in the first part. 2 goes into 7 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. We're going to subtract it. We got 1 left. Put in our 0. Now we have 10 hundredths. 2 goes into 10 hundredths 5 times. 5 times 2 is 10, and the remainder is 0. On B, 3 and 9 tenths divided by 6. I like putting a decimal in there right away. 6 will go into 3 0 times. 6 will go into 39 6 times. 6 times 6 is 39. 36, I'm sorry. And we end up with the remainder of 3. We want to get a remainder of 0, so we're going to put in a 0 and become 30 hundredths. 6 goes into 30 hundredths 5 times. 5 times 6 is 30. And 0 remainder. Next one goes 9 divided by 4. 9 divided by 4. And you know the decimal is right here after our whole number. 4 goes in 9 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. We have 1. Bring down our 0. Now 4 are going to 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. That leaves 2 remaining. Bring down our next 0. 4 we're going to 25 times. 5 times 4 is 20 with a remainder of 0. So we're done. Down to D, we have 92 hundredths divided by 2. 2 will go into 9 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Leaving us a remainder of 1/10. Bring down our 2. 2 will go into 12 hundredths 6 times. 6 times 12 is 12. And the remainder of 0. 9 and 4 tenths divided by 4. 4 are going to 9 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Gives us 1 whole left over. Bring down our 4. 4 we're going to 14 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. Leaves us 2. Bring down a 0. 4 we're going 25 times. 5 times 4 is 20. With a remainder of 0. The last one here, 91 divided by 8. Well, I know 8 times 9 is 72. 8 times 10 would be 80. Oh. Excuse me for a second. I'm doing it in my mind. Let's start off, do one place value at a time. 8 will go into 9 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. We end up with 1 remainder. Now we're coming down with another 1. And we have 8 will go into 11 one time. 1 times 8 is 8. Leaves us 3 remainder. Now we've got to put our place value in there. 8 will go into, excuse me, before we do that, we have to put in our next digit. 8 can go into 30 3 times. 3 times 8 is 24. And I'm going to bring it up here. That gives us a remainder of 6. Bring down our next 0, which would end up here. 8 will go into 6. Well, I know 8 times 7 is 56, so we're going to go 7. And we'll take 56, and we're going to go with 4. Put in another 0, bring it down. And 8 will go into 40. 5 times. 8 times 5 is 40, with 0 remainder. Yasmin bought 6 gallons of apple juice. After filling up 4 bottles the same size of apple juice, she had 0.3 gallons apple juice left. How many gallons of apple juice are in each container? Okay, so let's start by doing a tape diagram. And it says that she had 0.3 gallons left. And she had a total of 6 gallons. And I know that it says she put it into 4 bottles. Okay, so I know 6 gallons minus 3/10 of a gallon will tell me how much were in these 4 bottles. So let's regroup. 10 minus 3 is 7. 5 minus 0 is 5. So I know this total here is 5.7 gallons. So now we're going to split it up evenly between 4 bottles. So that's going to be 5.7 divided by 4. 4 going to 5 one time. 1 times 4 is 4. Remainder of 1. We're going to bring down our 7. 4 will go into 7 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. Remainder of 1. I'm going to put a 0 in there, bring it down. 4 will go into 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8. Gives us 2. Bring down another 0. We have 20, and I'm going to bring the 20 over here. 4 will go into 20 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. And we have a remainder of 0. So we know that each bottle holds 1.425 gallons. Now, if I wanted to check that, I could take 1.425 and multiply that by 4. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times 2 is 8, and 2 is 10. 4 times 4 is 16. 1 is 17. 4 times 4 is 1. 4 times 1 is 4, and 1 is 5. Now I know 1.4 is closer to 1, so 1 times 4 would be 4. So for reasonable, it would have to be here, which is the same amount we started with. So it's a good answer.